Welcome back. Episode 2. Don't laugh. This is my life. Don't scroll away. I've got important things to say. Don't scroll away. I've got important things to say. Let's just make tonight about jingles. Yeah, I'm going to take these off. I can't hear myself. Oh, I did get my hair done. Thank you for noticing. It literally is 7 o'clock on the dot. Randomly, a thought popped into my head where I was thinking about my job working at a restaurant. And I just remember doing that poof thing with my hair. Like my hair would be slicked back and then I do that front poof. And I was like, why did we do that in 2005? That was so funny. We all did it. Or everyone I worked with did it anyway. Okay, so I went to the salon today. And yes, things happen because apparently me existing in the world equals shenanigans. My voice is feeling tired. I feel like I need to talk up here to sort of help. But anyways, gosh, I hope this is recording. Oh well, some funny things happened at the salon today, and I have to tell you because it's the point of this podcast. Am I right? Yeah, I think something happens when I go for these, like every 6 months I get my color done, and the appointment's very long, and I never bring snacks. And I just think by the end of the appointment, this doesn't track though, because how many times in work do I not eat and power through? I'm like, yeah, forget it. I don't need to sit. I don't need to drink water. I don't need to go to the bathroom. I love my job. So at the salon today, I met the receptionist for the first time, fell in love. When I was going to check out, either this is who I am, this is properly who I am, or yeah, no, this is who I am, this is who I am. So I was going to check out and my stylist was like, okay, I'll see you in 3 months. And I was like, oh, can I make it 4? First of all, who says that? She's like, yeah, I guess it's your hair. But no, we settle on 4 months. In my mind, this was my scarcity thought in my mind, because it really just has to do with money. In my mind, I made the appointment. I was like, it's okay. You can change it if you can't afford it. Scarcity is fun. So anyways, we settle on 4 months and the receptionist is like, okay, that brings us to September. And I was like, September? That's my birthday month. Like nobody asked for that information. I just offered it. She's like, oh, great. When's your birthday? And I swear to God, I was like, that's so nice that you asked. And then she's like, well, for the appointment. Yes, right, of course. So I'm like, September 13th. And then she's like, okay, great. That's Saturday. And I'm like, ooh, Saturday appointment. And I'm narrating my inner thoughts the entire time. This is what I do. And maybe everybody does this. But I was like, oh, September 13th. Do I want to get my hair done on my birthday? Like, who am I? What am I doing? Why am I putting on a show? And she's just like, yeah, you tell me. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I want to. Maybe I don't. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I want that day to myself. She's like, again, dealer's choice. And I'm like, tell me what you have for the week before, September 6th. And she's like, okay, yeah, we have a 1 o'clock. And I was like, ooh, 1 o'clock. I have nothing to do that day. That is 4 months from now. But for some reason, I have a reaction to 1 p.m. I like my first appointment of the day for reasons unbeknownst to me. Virgo. Enough said. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like calculating how much time I'll be there at the traffic. It's like all of this is happening. She's just watching me. And then I go, what about the following week, like the 20th or whatever it is? She's like, yeah, there's an 11. I'm like, oh, ooh, what do I do? It's like it's a life-changing decision. She's like, I'm going to get your jacket while you figure out whatever this is. And so she brings back my jacket. She's like, did we decide? I'm like, oh my gosh, she's fucking holding my hand. And I'm so appreciative because apparently I need it. And I'm like, yeah, the 20th, great. Then the best part was like, we're having such an amazing rapport. For me, it's like giving me life. Like it's giving me life. It may be draining her. It may be taking life away from her, but it's giving me life. And so she gets up and she stands and I'm like, oh, like I'm in. We're going to hug it out. And she stands up and comes around the desk. I can't not narrate it. So I say out loud, oh my God, are we going to hug? And I don't know if she was just like playing along and just like yes-anding me because like I think I needed help. And at one point, I'm pretty sure I said out loud, I think my blood sugar is low. I need a snack. But we go in for the hug and then I'm still lingering. And for anybody that knows me knows I linger, which is kind of amazing because I truly used to hide from the world. And when I feel really safe with you, anybody that knows me, just saying, if I feel really safe with you, I will struggle to say goodbye. I'll be like, what else are we doing? Even if I'm absolutely drained and exhausted. But to me, it's the best thing in the world because I truly used to hide from the world. It's my inner child is just doing a happy dance. And so I'm standing there. We've done the hug. I've paid. I've made my next appointment. Everything is done. And she's like, okay, yeah, it's over now. I could not handle it. I sort of just like snapped out of it and I was like, oh my God, I have to go. I have to go immediately. And then I leave. I now have the giggles. I'm like slap happy at this point. It was the funnest interaction I've had. And as I'm walking down the street, I am still cracking up to myself. And as I'm walking, I notice another woman walking towards me. And I'm laughing so much that I know that I look crazy. So then I do the next logical thing, which is I'm just going to open up my phone and pretend I'm laughing at something on my phone as if that would make me any less crazy looking. I'm like, yeah, because who's just walking down the street laughing? Like me, I am. And then I was like, should I make eye contact with this woman? Does that mean will that make me seem less crazy? And like I try and I smile and I'm like, oh my God, like take me home. And that's the story of me at the salon today. Shout out to my hairstylist. Thank you for putting up with me. Okay, so let's dive right in. So the podcast is halfway over and I haven't even answered a question. But that's why we're here. All right, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be this time? I don't know what that accent was. What wants to come out? I'm like, don't be deep, be lighthearted, be lighthearted. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. It's like, watch me process this in real time. I swear to God, if this isn't recording, I'm gonna cry. What's sacred to you now that didn't used to be? Oh, this is a big question. I'm mad that this is a big question. What's sacred to you now that didn't used to be? My sacred no. How about that? My sacred no. There's a lot of sacred, actually. What's sacred to you now that didn't used to be? I have to keep saying it out loud. There's sacred stillness. There's sacred solitude. There's sacred space. Saying no, setting boundaries, taking time for myself, showing up for myself, not abandoning myself. As a recovering people pleaser, I mean, it's like I say people pleaser. Oh, I just thought of another funny salon story. We'll end on that note. As a recovering people pleaser, or whatever that symptom was, that coping mechanism from my childhood, this is actually a big topic for me right now. This is actually really relevant. You may not know this because you don't know me. But this is really resonating at this moment in time. I lost my train of thought. Okay, let's find it. Beep, boop, bop. Loading. I'm currently practicing. I'm navigating, shifting out of overfunctioning, overperforming, overgiving. And I think that all maybe stems from people pleasing. And maybe, dare I say, this stems from gaining worth via external people, places, and things. Feeling like my worth is tied to my level of productivity. My worth is tied to, like how many hours I work in a week, what my resume looks like, what house I live in. My worth is tied to, all of that stuff that is external instead of I'm inherently worthy, folks. You heard it here first. Universe, are you listening? I'm inherently worthy because I exist, and so are you. Let's get this out of the way. Yeah, we're inherently worthy because we exist. That feels nice and cozy. And so I think right now I'm in this place of practicing what's discernment and what's fear, because sometimes making a new choice, standing up for myself, advocating for myself is a big current one for me. Feels wrong. It feels strange in my nervous system. I called my friend the other day and gave her a play-by-play of something I just did, and I sent an email and I was like, I'm the worst. And she literally voice memoed me back. She's like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but where's the punchline? Because everything you said is normal and amazing and you're advocating for yourself. So call me when you have a real issue. And I was like, okay, that's crazy because my body is interpreting setting this boundary, or it's not even, I call it setting a boundary and it is, but sometimes it's as simple as just saying, oh no, I'm not available for that. Like literally that trend on TikTok, that's like, too bad my nervous system doesn't know the difference between saying no and a bear attacking me. It could be rooted in like shame. Like it could be a little of that, like, oh, I'm bad. And that's a big old wound that I navigated for a long time, which thankfully I feel I've shifted into a different place with that. And I kind of recognize it and I'm like, oh, pass along through, don't stop. Anyways, back on track. What's sacred to me now that didn't used to be is definitely finding my no. Finding my no, N-O, and finding my knowing, K-N-O-W. We love that. No, I hate that I did that. Sorry. Okay, I feel like I want to answer that in so many different ways. What's sacred to me now that didn't used to be? Choosing myself. I'm just going to commit to that, point blank, period. The funny story I wanted to end on with the salon, though, one last thing. You know, I'm getting my color done and it takes a long time, like an hour and a half or whatever. And then I'm at the sink and she's doing like a toner or she's like doing stuff. She's a wizard. And I'm just kind of like, la la la, looking at the ceiling. But then I just sort of, what popped into my head is I was like, oh, I have a pimple patch on my eyebrow, but I use the clear ones. And then it's so little, it's just a little baby one. I just was like, oh, I wonder if that's still there. And it just crossed my mind. And then, of course, because I'm me, I said it out loud. And I was like, oh, I wonder if my pimple patch is still on. And I kind of touched the spot. And before I even finished the sentence, she was like, it is. It is. Yep. It's there. And my whole brain, I didn't tell her this, but my whole brain was like, she's been staring at this for 2 hours. And then when I got in my car and I looked at it, because I use the clear ones, you know, you can see some stuff and it is what it is. And I was like, this is why people use the like blue and yellow because it hides what it's pulling out. And I was like, oh my God. And she's all up in there. She's coloring, she's framing the hair on my face. She's right here. She's inside the pimple. And I'm like, oh no, she just had to look at that. It was a 4-hour appointment. I just want you to know it was a 4-hour appointment. So also sorry. I'm like, and I smell. I got home and I was like, I smell. No. One of my favorite stories of all time, and maybe I'll leave it as a little teaser. Let's see if I remember. I won't. My favorite story that I did the first time around of Don't Laugh, This Is My Life 1.0. Oh, can you hear that? This is our outro music. I told him to drive by. Yeah, one of my favorite stories, I'll save it for another time, has to do with me smelling. Let's just say that. No, I can't end on that note. I think I'm wrapped for tonight. I have music out in the world. I'm on social media. Click like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Just know you are worthy because you exist. And I love you. The world is crazy. Let's spend time together and be kind and rewind. Yeah, I'm rebranding Blockbuster. Yeah. Gen Z doesn't even know Blockbuster, so they don't even know. They probably think I could have invented that. And they're like, that's genius. And I'm like, yeah, that's my time. The music is still bumping. That's the way I like it. I really hope this is picking up in the feed. That would be such chef's kiss. I just film myself doing this. I can't not jam. This is too good. Cool. Be kind, rewind. Inside. Internally. All right, I love you. See you next week. Yeah, see you next week.